Alrighty, how's everybody doing today? What is shaking, everybody? How's it going, Brain Sample? What's up, Dragon User? What's up, Ben? How's it going, Little Tiger? Samwise? Today we get some variation on in our diet. We've fried too many chicken dinners. That's right, way too many chicken dinners. We gotta switch it up and do some boigas. That's what we gotta do. We gotta do that boigas. So that's what's going on today. How we all doing, everybody? Happy Sunday. It's a little early. 11 a.m. Too early to do burgers? I don't think so. It's never too early to do burgers, right? Right. So, we're going to be doing 3 kinds of burgers today. 3 kinds of burgers. We're going to be doing a mushroom, onion, and Swiss burger, like sauteed mushroom and onions with Swiss. We're going to do a like a Royale kind of style burger, like a bacon and eggs and cheese and lettuce kind of a burger. And we're also going to do a just like kind of a standard burger, just like lettuce, pickles, and onions. Kind of a thing. It's never too early for burgers. That's right, Dragon User. That's right. 5 p.m. perfect time for burgers. For J Razor, it's 12 a.m. for Little Tiger. Maybe is that too late for burgers? Nah, it's fine. What's up, Miss Simpsy? How you doing today? Welcome back, and welcome back, everybody. What's up, Failstar? How's it going today? What's up, Kubrak? What's going on, everybody? So, we've got a pretty decent amount of stuff ahead of us, so let's start getting everything kind of set up. I kind of have everything taken out that I need, but I need to get everything all together before we start. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our meat, like, we're going to get some balls formed for the burgers that we're going to be smashing out. So let's get that going right now. I'm doing this right now because they're going to be sitting for a little while we get all of the rest of our ingredients ready. We're not going to kind of cook the burgers until pretty much the last thing, but with the beef sitting out a little bit, it'll get a little bit, a little bit warmer, which is kind of nice for what we're doing because. If you just take the burger meat like right out of the fridge and then it's got to warm up just that much more while you're cooking it on the stove, right? So it's a little bit better if you have it kind of prepped and a little bit warmed up. Take a little bit of that chill off. I'm just using some vinyl gloves here. What's up, SPD? How you doing today, man? This way I just don't have to really worry about having to wash my hands too much. Just gonna be like kind of, I don't want to like mash the meat together for this, but we're just gonna kind of form some kind of slightly larger than golf ball sized balls. I'm just gonna set them on the plate here. You don't want to like really compact it down a whole lot because when we're going to be smashing the burgers down with a spatula, and it's going to be kind of flattening them out and like all that like added like since we're going to be smashing them out, we don't want to like get them all super balled up and really tight like the ground beef, because then they're going to be more difficult to smash out, yeah? And it's going to make the burger kind of more tough. Dr. Billy will see to you now. It's alright. You're doing great. Last day on vacation though? Aw, lame. I'm sorry to hear that, SPD. I'm sorry to hear that. So I'm just going to be doing 3 burgers today because we're just going to be doing 3 different kinds of burgers. So, done with the ground beef. I'm also going to be grabbing some raw bacon and just going to get it on this plate too so I just don't forget about it. Just going to get a couple of strips of bacon here. Again, just getting this stuff set up right now, so that way I don't have to worry about it later. So we'll get this stuff on this plate. It's all set out, ready to go. And then we're gonna start prepping our other stuff. What's up, Scotton? How you doing today, man? Since we're doing 3 different kinds of burgers, like everything is going to take like a little bit longer. Normally, obviously, if you're probably only going to be doing one type of burger, so it's not going to be like a whole lot of separate prep work and then like kind of putting it all, assembling it all together at the end. So you can kind of adjust accordingly to whatever your needs are. Before I go and set these burgers aside, the burger meat, I'm going to go ahead and get some salt and pepper on them right now. And there's a little bit on the bacon now too, that's fine. So I'm just going to take this and set it off to the side because we'll get to this later. Okay, so one of the things is for the cheeses we're going to be using today for the standard burger, just the pickles, onions, and lettuce, we're going to be using American. Same with the Royale Burger American cheese. For the mushroom, onion, and Swiss, obviously we're just going to be using some Swiss cheese. 250 bits from Grrr. Oscar Mayer center cut bacon, just the best bacon in the world. It's not bad. I don't know. It's fine. Like I don't usually go out there and I'm not like a huge like bacon guy, to be honest. I'm sorry, internet. Listen, it's pretty good, but it's not that great. It's pretty good though. So the mushrooms we're going to be using, just like button mushrooms or standard white mushrooms. Like there's like a whole like there's like a technical name for these mushrooms, but they're just like called white mushrooms, basically. That's what I don't know. That's what we're called. That's what we're calling them. What's up, JFKs? How you doing today, man? Thank you again, Gur, for the 250 bits. Really appreciate it, man. So I got my white mushrooms here. We're going to be slicing these up, but I got to rinse them first. So we're just going to go ahead and throw them in the colander here and rinse them out. And then I got to kind of dry them off on paper towel. I'm doing way more mushrooms than what I need. This is going to be like enough mushrooms for several burgers, definitely. But we're going to be prepping these anyway because I don't have anything else to do with them. And to be honest, like the sauteed mushrooms and onions are just like delicious by themselves. They go with all kinds of different stuff. But that's just what we're going to be prepping those mushrooms next. So I'm going to rinse these off really quick. Then we're going to dry them off with some paper towel as well. You're not either, internet weirdos. Yeah, I like bacon sometimes, but it doesn't go great on everything. This knife, by the way, was a birthday gift from our good friend Failstar. This very beautiful knife. I have a few really amazing knives in my collection, and I certainly never would have thought that I would have ever had any knives as fancy as the ones that you have generously supplied me with. So thank you so very much, Failstar, and also I think NJ Poolboy as well supplied the other two. But either way, let me rinse these mushrooms off really quick. So one of the things that people worry about quite a bit with mushrooms is like that they're going to get super waterlogged and it's going to be all, they're going to be all wet and mushy and not any good. But as long as you're not soaking the mushrooms over a period of time, you're fine. Like it's fine. You're going to be fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal. Trust me. Alright, so for the most part, to be honest, a little bit of dirt on the mushrooms isn't too big of a deal, but I'm just going to kind of dry the mushrooms off a little bit, just a little bit, and then kind of wipe any of the larger bits of dirt off. I will be trimming a little bit of the stems off, just because usually on these white mushrooms, like the very ends of them are like a little on the super tough side. So I'll just be like kind of shaving the ends of the stems off on these ones. But I think there's only, usually you definitely don't need to cut the stems off of most mushrooms. There might be like one kind or whatever. But just, I'm not like beating the crap out of the mushrooms, just kind of brushing them off a little bit. You wash the mushrooms with water. I just rinsed them off, brain sample. Yeah, just rinsing them off. You just don't soak them. I just like threw them in the colander, ran some water over them, and now we're just gonna kind of wipe them a little bit just to get the larger clumps of dirt off. But it's not too big of a deal. To be honest, at the store you can get sliced mushrooms quite frequently at like the same price, but I don't know. This is a good thing to practice. They're not too difficult to slice or anything like that. And then this way, I feel like if you're going to saute them at the store, like they're quite thinly sliced, and you actually want them to be quite thickly sliced, actually. Because the mushrooms have a lot of moisture in them, and when you saute them, you're going to be getting rid of most of that moisture. And so you're going to want them to be in pretty thick slices. I'm going to go ahead and grab another little container for garbage. It's the Yarmanist. Oh shoot, guys, I didn't know that that music was still playing. I'm sorry. Why no hairnet? Because I'm not in a restaurant, Daising. Why would I have a hairnet on? So I'm just gonna trim the ends of some of these stems off because they're a little bit on the rough side. So this is what you call bad placement, because I didn't know if I actually trimmed the stem off of that one, because I'm like not putting them in the right, like in a good position. Like I should be working from left to right if that's the way that I'm slicing or whatever, but yeah, whatever. It's okay. It's added some sick beats. Yeah. Every once in a while it means that my audio gets cut out though, so that's a pretty big problem. Okay, so with the mushrooms, you don't want to cut them super duper thin, because like I said, they have a lot of moisture in them, so when we saute them, they're going to lose that. So we want them, if they're too thinly sliced, they're going to shrivel up. So like this kind of like might seem like, holy crap, that mushroom's going to be crazy thick, but it's done cooking, it's going to be fine. Like I just cut that one to the thirds because they're going to shrink. Not as much as like spinach maybe, but still. That one maybe is a little bit too thick. That's alright though. Alright. So like I said, this is going to be way more mushrooms than what we need for the amount of burger, like, because we're only doing one burger, so this is like way too many, right? But I just want to use up the last of the mushrooms that I have. So I'm really quick going to go ahead and just place these into this little bowl, this little plasticware container. just to get them out of the way. So I'm not ready to start cooking. I don't want to start until I have everything prepped up. Okay. So next is going to be slicing up a white onion. Because we're going to be doing this like 4 burgers specifically, the majority of them are going to be like super duper kind of thick slices, but just with any of the normal onions that we slice, we get the ends off first. I don't like, you can cut it in half and then peel. That's fine. I just like to score it and peel it because it keeps the skin together and it doesn't fling as much of the skin around as it normally would. I feel like, I don't know, maybe that's crazy. That's just how I do it. So then you end up with this kind of large chunk of onion skin, and instead of like having all the little bits. White onions are the most juicy of all onions. Yeah, they do have quite a bit of juice in them, and they can burn. So we're just going to cut this in half. And normally with an onion, like we'd be doing like chops like this, but we're not going to be doing that for burgers. We want them in kind of nice, large slices. So we're just going to be cutting them down like that. So that way we end up with like these kind of rings to be able to use, and they kind of stay on the burger a lot easier, right? So that's the plan. So just thin slices, just straight down. And it makes them a lot easier to deal with the burger. So we end up with a little bit more on the end than what we need, but that's okay. I can use, I'm going to chop this smaller and use that for the saute as well. When it's too thin and it's going to fall over, you know, not going to be a safe cut, so we're going to stop there. You can't cut onions without crying. Well, one of the big things is having a sharp knife. The other thing is just not minding that it hurts, right? It's like in Lawrence of Arabia. I said this on the last cook stream. It's like in Lawrence of Arabia when Mr. Potter asks him how he does that trick where he puts out the candle with his bare fingers. He says, "The trick, Mr. Potter, is not minding that it hurts." Okay? What's up, Mythos? How you doing today? So yeah, you can see like we end up with these nice kind of rings that are going to be really easy to make sure that they stay on the burger. They don't fall all over the damn place and whatnot. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and use the rest of this, because like we have the kind of core on the onion here, right? You can see it. If the camera would focus, there you go. See the core. We don't want to have that in there, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of cut around it. I'm not going to waste the onion because I don't need to. I'm going to use some of these smaller onions and maybe some more of the other onions too in the saute. Alright, good enough. And we'll probably need a little bit more, but we can go ahead and start the onion or the mushroom sauteing right now. And definitely throw a heat on at the very least. And I kind of put this on medium heat. One of the things with gas stoves that I've found is like you really got to just kind of know your own stove. Like when there's like instructions, like you need to get this the pan like really hot, like high heat, and it's just like, no, you don't know, you don't understand, like that you're smoking out my kitchen calling for high heats. That doesn't necessarily mean You need to crank it all the way up to the top. You're gonna burn your place down. You have to know your stove, especially with gas, right? So yeah. Alright, so you probably need a little bit more onions, but the mushrooms are going to be taking a while. Like, these are going to be going for several minutes before we even consider throwing the onions in. So I'm going to grab a few more of these. And like, if I was doing, like, I did this before, and I like only had the strips, and what I did is I just broke them up by hand. I didn't even chop them. So like, it's not like you gotta, oh, I gotta do the saute, I gotta get the cutting board out, just break them apart, it's fine. That Twitch, that apron says Twitch, that's awesome. Thanks, KJax. Yeah, we got the Twitch creative apron a little ways back. Alright, so pan's getting hot, very nice. Just going to be using some peanut oil, which is just generally what I use. Get a little bit of oil in there. Throw our mushrooms in. Alright, so maybe, even though I said I wanted to use all of these mushrooms, maybe the pan's a little bit overcrowded. You don't want to overcrowd the pan with mushrooms because, like I said, they have a whole lot of moisture in them, and like they'll kind of, the moisture, if there's too many mushrooms, they're going to seep out into the pan. You're going to end up like just boiling your mushrooms, right? And that's not what we want. So I think we're going to be okay here. I think it's going to be fine. I'm going to just throw a little bit of salt on in them mushrooms. Very nice. And like I said, they're going to take a little while. I'm going to throw a little bit more peanut oil in there. Okay, so mushrooms are starting. What other slicing may I need to do? Not really a whole lot. I don't think I need to slice anything else, to be honest. I don't think. Let's see. I could slice the pickles. Pickles. Let's talk about pickles. Alright. So, these are Clausen kosher dill sandwich slice pickles. And the thing about these pickles is they are always chilled, never heated. And the thing that's really kick-ass about these pickles is if you like pickles and you've never had always chilled, never heated pickles, you have to start at least trying them because they're absolutely phenomenal. They're the crunchiest pickles you're ever going to have. They're super flavorful, and I cannot recommend them enough. Alright? Cannot recommend them enough. I could slice the pickles in half. I'm just probably going to lay like more pickles than what I need on top of the burger, to be honest, because I really like these pickles. But definitely cannot like recommend these kind of pickles enough. You can kind of see like we already have like a browning going on the mushrooms. Well, you can tell, it's kind of hard, but already starting to get brown, and you can kind of see them starting to shrivel a little bit. They're losing all that moisture. Losing all that moisture. This is not the darkest dungeon. What? What are you talking about? How do you know this isn't the darkest dungeon? Nilaus, alright? What are you, some kind of darkest dungeon expert? The burger buns, by the way, that we're going to be using they're just some like standard whole wheat buns, whatever. For burger buns, what I've been doing lately is just kind of throwing them in the toaster. If you have the space on your oven or on your stove or whatever to put them like face down in a pan just to crisp to one side, that's totally awesome. But I'm just going to be just toasting them in the toaster, to be honest. I am indeed cooking. Max, indeed I am. This is the darkest dungeon. See, Axon knows. Axon understands. can see the steam rising up out of the pan, and that's definitely what we want. And we're going to let these go. You basically, if you didn't know, you really can't overcook mushrooms. So I'm going to be cooking these for quite a while, to be honest. You could actually like saute them for more than an hour, and you're not going to burn them unless you like actually crank the heat crazy high and like let them sit there. Like if you just keep them moving. They're not going to burn, they're just going to keep developing more and more flavor, which is amazing. I'm going to go ahead and start toasting some buns. Okay, I suppose after I get the mushrooms sauteed, then I'm going to go ahead and cook the mushrooms and onions sauteed, then I'm going to go ahead and get the bacon done in there. Like I said, the only thing I'm going to cook after the burgers are done is going to be the egg. Like that's it. I'm going to get the burgers done, and then I'm going to cook the egg after the last for the Royale burger. Like that's it. Everything else is going to be done before the burgers. Like I said, normally like you probably wouldn't be doing 3 different kinds of burgers. So doing a whole lot of separate stuff for is probably not something that you're going to be doing. What's up, Value? How you doing today, man? So, as far as the burgers go, by the way, I will be using a large stainless steel skillet. It has an aluminum bottom to help spread the heat out. I have a small cast iron skillet. It's like too small for doing 3 burgers at the same time, and I've not been really having a whole lot of really good luck with the cast iron skillet, to be perfectly honest. Like I've been having a lot of trouble getting it to kind of work the way that I'm not really happy with how it was cooking the burgers, and I've been really happy with how the stainless steel was. So stainless steel is what we will be using today. So these mushrooms are getting plenty brown here. First set of buns are done. Looking good, looking good. I can go ahead and throw the onions in there now. I'll throw a little bit more oil for the onions. I might throw a little bit more salt too. Not really. Yeah, throw a little bit. Just to make sure we get all the moisture out of those onions. Don't want to over salt them. It's a non-stick pan, we don't really need the oil, but we're going to put a little bit in there. Okay, I think I am done chopping. I'm not going to chop the pickles, don't need to chop up the bacon, I'm just going to break them in half basically. Yep. And move this cutting board and the knife aside. If you didn't see, I have like a damp piece of paper towel underneath the cutting board, which is definitely what you should be doing to make sure that your cutting board does not slide all over your workspace. Okay. things that I haven't been able to find like a really good one is that kosher salt or sea salt? That is kosher salt, tech guy. Yeah, I'm a super huge Alton Brown fan, so I've been using kosher salt for as long as I have had a choice as to what salt I was using. For spatula that I'm going to be using to press out these burgers, I do not have the perfect or even a good spatula for doing this. So this is what's going to happen with the smash burger part of this. So this is the spatula that I have, and you might be thinking, Billy, see these slots in there? Man, isn't the burger going to press out of the top of that spatula and like cause all kinds of problems and get the burger meat everywhere while it's still raw? Yeah, it does. It does do that. I haven't found like a really good spatula so I haven't bought anything, because this is just like what I have for like just like an outdoor grill spatula. Like a plastic rubber or like a plastic spatula doesn't work at all. So like this is the best thing that I have. But unfortunately, it's like not since it doesn't have like a more kind of centralized location to add the pressure down on the burger. I actually have to use this wooden spoon at the same time, and we press them down like this together. So it's yeah, it's not optimal, but you know what? It's a good example as to the fact that you can get the job done with whatever you got. What's up, Sorry? How you doing today? It's a perfect example of getting what needs to be gotten done without having the most optimum stuff. You know, so I think I had the heat just a little bit too high. The mushrooms are kind of, not the mushrooms, the onions are kind of browning a bit, and that's, I don't want the onions to brown. Alright. Those are getting to be pretty close. Like we want the onions to be nice and soft and kind of translucent, but yeah. So like I said, not like a great spatula for the job, not even a good spatula for the job, but it will get the job done, and that's what's important for the time being. So you're cooking breakfast yourself. We're basically cooking breakfast. We're cooking the first meal of the day, and we're gonna be cooking some bacon and an egg. So that's right. It's basically breakfast. Sorry, it's basically breakfast. I could wrap it in foil. I think that the problem is because of the holes. Like when you press it down, it's gonna like scrape. Like these like slots are quite jagged, to be honest. Like just running my finger across them, like kind of concerned I'm gonna get like a burr in my finger. So I feel like it's just gonna tear the foil just with one press. But it's a Texan breakfast, yeah, a burger breakfast. Alright, these are looking mighty freaking great. You can see like some of the smaller ones here. Really nice. Awesome. Okay. Like some of the smaller mushrooms, like some of the smaller slices, like they have shriveled up to be quite teeny. Like this was like a pretty sizable chunk like off to the side, and now it's like quite small. Anyway, so like even the larger slices have shrunken down quite a bit, so that's my point. So I'm going to go ahead and just get these into this little container. Alright, cool. So, not a whole lot, but I mean, it's like we're putting like a spoonful like on a single burger, basically, right? Don't need a whole lot more than that. So, that's going to go there. I'm going to quick wipe out this pan. Heat's still on. Let's get that bacon going. It's not quite hot enough yet, I gotta wait. Oh, I turned the heat off. I thought the heat was still on. I didn't realize I turned the heat off. Alright. You like adding an over easy egg in your burger with bacon? That's one of the burgers we're doing. I'm actually going to do it over medium. I still want it to be a little bit runny, but not crazy runny. But yeah, absolutely. I thought the heat was still on. I was wrong. Now it's on. And like I said, we're going to be kind of, we're just going to be cooking everything kind of in stages. I'm not going to be cooking anything at the same time as anything else at the moment. But the bacon won't take long. So the other thing is, like the thing with the only trick, if there was any trick to cooking bacon, is just to like lay it out in the pan first, and then you're just fine, right? Like if you, so many times it's like I find myself taking bacon like out of the package, and I'm like trying to like with one hand take it out of the package and the other hand's holding the package, and I'm like trying to like put it in the pan, and you end up with it all like kind of like all this kind of curly-Q bacon kind of stuff. But yeah. No gaming today, Quitborg. Just the cook stream. Yeah, Vengeance, we're doing boigas. Boigas with Billy. Having a pair of tongs for bacon is like kind of nice if you're doing a whole lot of it. I'm probably just gonna use my fingers and a spoon to save me the trouble of you know. of cleaning it, of cleaning my tongs or whatever. How often do you do the cooking show? Well, not super duper often. Like we do the cooking show probably like every other month or every 3 months or something like that. Is about the frequency that we do it. It's essentially kind of like whenever, I don't know. Like I always kind of want to. I always prefer to do as many test cooks as possible so that I can kind of have a good kind of gauge on what I'm cooking, and so I can give good tips one way or the other as to like what you should or shouldn't do, like that kind of stuff. Like twice a blue moon, yeah, not that uncommon. Yeah, so yeah, not super frequent, no. How did the tourney go last night? Me and Baum got second place. We played in 4 matches, and we won 2, but there were 4. We won 2 of them, but we did so poorly in the other 2 that we didn't get first. It was pretty unbelievable, to be honest, but that's all right. The other team did like quite good, like all 4 matches, and we did like horrible 2 and won the other 2. So it was unfortunate. But whatever. What's up, Rico? How you doing, man? Did you see any of that match? Did you see any of them? Need consistency. Man, come on. Are you kidding me? That first one, how were they camping that bike? Failstar, no, you didn't see. Like, before the first circle is even, like, close to counting down, they're looking at a bike outside of the airfield. Feels bad, man. I know, you saw the first one. It was shenanigans. The third one was really kind of my fault for getting us into a house that wasn't nearly as good as I thought. So I had us in one of those houses that has the attics with just a little, like, kind of circular hole in the top of it. So the problem with the house is, like, it's like super weak to like on the first floor, like really bad for duos. Overcooking this bacon a little bit here. Sorry. Wasn't paying attention. I'm just gonna turn the heat off, I think, to be honest on that. Anytime you're cooking bacon, like if you've never cooked bacon before, it's gonna seem like, wow, look at it's like it's not crispy at all. We gotta keep cooking that until it's like really crispy in the pan. No. It's crispy. Trust me. It's just, it has to cool down just a smidge, alright? It's not gonna be burning hot. Ever cook bacon in the oven? I have not cooked bacon in the oven. I'm not like a huge bacon guy, so I just cook it on the stovetop. Well done, Billy and Bomb. I did see your first chicken dinner of the tourney. Cool, yeah, nice. Yeah, I didn't realize like how poor those houses were, basically. Like it was like we were in a great position, but it just kind of ended up getting goofed up. But that's all right. So it goes. If you wanted to use the bacon fat cooking the burgers, you could. I'm not going to be doing that. If you wanted to use the bacon fat while cooking the mushrooms, you can do that. We're not doing that. Just going to clean that up, get it off to the side, and get my stainless steel pan on the heat. Alright. Not a big bacon guy, prefer those chicken dinners, huh? Yeah, indeed, Cripborg, indeed. Yeah, it was, I still had like a blast, and we did amazing the other two times, and it was great. Like the fourth one that we won was pretty ridiculous if you didn't see it. Because we were going to go to Georgia Pool. There were a whole ton of people going to Georgia Pool, so we decided against going to Georgia Pool. And we like ran for 2 minutes without looting anything to go to somewhere else. And we ended up winning that match. So we ran to a position that was superior, and Circle cooperated. And when the Circle didn't cooperate, it was we moved to a really great position and just smashed it, man. It's really good. Apparently, Sniper King had a chance to like he downed me, I think, if I remember correctly, and he might have had a chance to kill or something like that. Somebody was saying like they couldn't believe that he didn't kill me, but yeah, the dangle did done goofed. Just waiting for the pan to get hot enough here. This is the same plate I'm going to put the finished burgers on, by the way. So you remember, it's like, oh, bacon's not crispy, but it is. It's like, oh, it's not holding, it's not, you know, whatever. Just because it's not crispy in the pan doesn't mean it's not going to be crispy. Like, you're going to overcook the bacon, I think, anyway, if you're just waiting for it to get, like, super rigid in the pan, right? Okay, that's quite hot. Okay, so I'm gonna get a little bit of oil in the pan for each of those. Place them in the pan. You want to hear that sizzle. And a smashing we will go. So you want to be smashing those quite thin. Like I said, not a great spatula for this, but it's what I have. So it's what we're going to use. You really don't want to smash it multiple times. Just the one time is all you want, because you want to smash them down while they're cold, like while they're cool. Like you don't want them to smash when they're hot, because if you do that, then you're going to push all the juice out of them, and that's not what you want, right? Since this has all kinds of ground beef pushing through it, I'm going to go ahead and quick rinse it off and clean it really quick. So if I didn't have like the slotted spatula, what do you season it with the burgers? Salt and pepper. I put salt and pepper on earlier while they were still in the balls. If I didn't have the slotted thing, I wouldn't need to worry about cleaning it, because it's just going to be it's just going to be touching the cooked burger after that point anyway. What are you mixing with the beef? Just salt and pepper? Yep, just salt and pepper. I think just one slice of Swiss is going to be fine. Alright, so like this burgers are smashed out so thin you can see how done they are. You really need to scrape underneath of them really well to make sure you get all the fond out of the pan, and keep it on the burger. See how nice and brown it is? That's really like kind of the great thing about these. So you really got to scrape underneath of them to make sure you get all that. Okay, so like these cook super quick, right? So we got to get the cheese on them pretty much immediately. That's just a little bit of peanut oil is all I'm using on the pan. Just a little bit of peanut oil. You can use vegetable oil, it's fine. 2 with American. One with Swiss. Get all this out of the way. And these are going to be done momentarily. It's a little bit of death for you value. Sorry, man. Sorry for the peanut allergy. You peoples with the peanut allergies. I'm sorry. So yeah, like they were pressed. The burgers are pressed so thin you can kind of see like how cooked they are while they're in just before you even flip them. So like you can see like okay, it's getting quite brown through. So they're going to be good to go. Like these burgers are done, like just as they are now. I'm going to turn the heat off and get them to sit in on our plate here. Make sure you scrape underneath of them on the other when you get them off the other side too. There we go. Now, gotta cook an egg. Looks tasty as heck. Give me one, Billy. No, they're my burgers. You can't have them. They're mine. Okay. So we have our 3 burger patties. We have our bacon there. We're gonna have to get our burger assembly going. You know, I kind of forgot that I have lettuce. I need to get that. So many pans to use. Well, if I was cooking it for myself, I wouldn't be using 3 different pans, I'll tell you that. And I would also be cleaning everything as I go, and I wouldn't end up with anything dirty by the time I was done. I thought that I didn't have anything left to chop, but I was actually wrong. I still have lettuce to chop. So we have our toasted buns here. I'm gonna grab some butter too. I thought I had everything that I needed, but I'm gonna take the pan off the heat really quick. I think it's a little bit too hot. Toasted buns are the best. Toasted buns are pretty great. There's our egg. Okay, some romaine lettuce. Can you use iceberg? Yeah. Should you? If you really want to, you can. Iceberg's pretty meh. I don't really care for it. It's pretty meh. Anytime we're cooking an egg, we're going to use a little bit of butter. I think this butter is a little bit on the old side. But either way. Alright. A little bit of butter in the pan. I'm going to hold the pan at an angle here. That was pretty poor. The egg, the shell snatched the frickin' yolk out of it. That feels bad, man. It cracked the freaking yolk on me, man. Egg, what are you doing to me, man? I gotta get another egg. I don't need this egg. Sorry, egg. Get the wrecked, egg. Alright. Take 2. When you crack the egg, flip it around and open it with the side you just cracked facing up. I'm alright. You see that? See what that butter just did to me? Just flung itself out of the pan. Yeah, that's gone. Alright, sweet. There, we're fine, see? Billy knows what he's doing sometimes. Dude, that butter was out to get me, alright? Alright. So I'm like kind of angle the pan so I can keep the egg white kind of together. That egg was huge, by the way. Like, holy crap. This egg is like way too big for this burger, to be perfectly honest. It's all going wrong. Wrap it up, folks. Nothing to see here. Yeah, no kidding. Alright. So I just kind of hold it at an angle there until it kind of starts to hold its shape, and like you can see it's kind of spreading out a little bit. So if I want to make it look a little bit nicer, I'll kind of bring that back in. I have to heat up just a little bit too high. I don't really want to have any browning on the egg, generally speaking. So what we're going to be looking for, like if you've never, like, if you haven't seen our egg episode, like what we're looking for here is like for the, what's that, the albumin or whatever, the egg white, like the kind of part that's still kind of runny, like around the yolk. Like we want that part around of it to kind of start to get a little bit, stiffen up a little bit, and then it's ready to flip. And then it'll just be another minute, and that'll be our over medium. Action Johnson. Seasoning. What? You don't salt and pepper it now, not when it's in the pan. You salt and pepper that when it's done. You guys are way ahead of me with the Wasp and Hearts. Action Johnson, thank you so very much. This is nice and kind of stiff around the outside, so give it a flip. Yeah. I had the heat too high, so it kind of browned the butter, which is why we ended up with this. That's all right. It's not gonna like ruin the flavor or anything like that, but that's not what I was looking for. All right, just another minute on that side, and it's gonna be good to go. Do you have any opinion on putting a clear lid on the pan instead of getting the top solid and cooked medium? Do you have any opinion on putting a clear lid on the pan instead to get the top solid and cooked medium? I wouldn't. I like. So you're cooking it medium, like not over medium, like you're doing a sunny side up but medium. That's gonna make the one part of it pretty darn tough, man. I don't know. It's up to you though. See, I turned the heat down and we didn't have nearly as much browning, but it was already like too late. I can see the yolk because I couldn't keep it center. So I know that it's not quite over medium, but the egg is going to continue to cook. So I'm just going to turn the heat off, and that's going to be good to go in just a minute. Instead of flipping, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I do it. I'm just going to rinse this lettuce really quick. So yeah, like I said, you can use iceberg, but I don't know. For me, iceberg like tastes like crispy water. So I definitely like using something a little bit more flavorful. So 2 of the 3 burgers are going to have some lettuce on the bottom. The mushroom, onion, and Swiss will not. It's nutritionally void, yeah. Completely devoid of anything delicious or nutritious. Okay, 3 burgers. Let's assemble. Are we ready? Dang, you don't skimp on the lettuce. That's just two things. You could put one. You could put one. I don't know. 2 is fine. Alright, let's do the mushroom, onion, and Swiss. So, again, just salt, pepper there on any of the burgers. And we have our sauteed mushrooms and onions. So, sauces. Sauces that I would consider using for the mushroom, onion, and Swiss are going to be like something, like you can just, to be honest, I think it's pretty good like without any kind of sauce. You could put a little bit of mayo, or I don't think it needs ketchup and mustard personally. Something that would be pretty decent would be a little bit of like a steak sauce, like at either A1, I think, or barbecue sauce. Go really, really well here. Finally, a cooking stream. I know, right, Ivan? So, I would say like a kind of barbecue, or something kind of smoky, something kind of to kind of enhance the beefy flavor. You don't want. I tried this with American cheese instead of Swiss. It overpowers the mushrooms like fucking crazy. A little bit of that truffle oil. Yeah, you could do a little bit of the truffle oil, I suppose. But either way, I'm not going to put anything on that because that's how I like it. Next, let's do that Royale burger. We have the lettuce on the bottom so that it kind of protects the bun from getting soggy, yeah? So we are going to go ahead and put our a little bit too done egg on top of that. And the yolk almost perfectly timing breaking on that. I'm going to bust up this bacon. See, it's crispy. So quite a stacked burger there. Look at that. Could take a picture, post that on Instagram right there. Look at, you'd get an upvote. You get the updoots. Oh, I forgot the salt and pepper on the eggs. You're right. It'll get a little bit. Alright, that one, look at how highly stacked that burger is. That is quite the burger. Perfect. Final. Just the standard. Lettuce, onion, and pickle. Again, this is why we have the onion slices. Like this, so that they can kind of stay on the burger. And when you have them laid out like this, they won't, like they should, you know, not fall out of the burger when you're eating it either. I think that's enough. I like onions a lot, so it's like I want to make sure that I can get as many in there as possible, but let's be realistic here. All right, and could slice these up, but again, these pickles are amazing, okay? Are those your pickles? These, dang right. These are the always chilled, never heated pickles, and I cannot highly recommend them enough. Go out there, get them, eat them. They're delicious, they're amazing. I'm going to put one nice, gigantic pickle slice on that. Can you explain the hours you took to properly prepare and pickle the cucumbers for this? No. No. No, they're not my pickles. They're not the ones that I grew last year. No. As far as the Royale burger goes, probably mustard. The lettuce, onion, and pickle, ketchup and mustard for sure. You love a good pickle. These are like the greatest pickles ever. I'm sure there's other brands other than Clausen for like the ones that are refrigerated, never heated, but yeah, they're amazing. Let me tell you. Stack 3 burger slices on top of each other and call it a burger. It's a burger. It's the Whataburger. It's the burgeriest burger that ever burger. Dijonnaise, some Dijon mustard with mayonnaise on the Royale. That's fine. So these are the 3 burgers that we have managed to construct. Missing a tomato slice. I don't like tomatoes. Get off my back. You're a tomato slice. Alright? Do you put any barbecue or ketchup on the burger? I didn't put any sauces on any of these because I'll put them on when I'm right when I'm gonna eat them. But dude, I don't like missing fries. These fries. All right, so again, the mushroom, onion and Swiss, the Royale style burger, the bacon, the egg, the lettuce. Look at that egg yolk dripping through. Perfect for the camera. And the classic lettuce, onions, and pickles. If you want tomatoes on it, you can do that, but I'm not putting them on there. They're gross. Next time, speedrun cooking. Oh my god. Oh my god. Egg yolk drip set up. It's all a sham. It's all a sham. All right, everybody. That's it. That was quite the burger adventure right there. Took us a little while to get through all those burgers. I hope you all had a good time. I had a great time. It was very fun. GG. Bon appetit. Yeah, of course. Of course. Bon appetit. Like I said, I hope you all had a good time. I had a great time. Bite one? No. I'm not eating on stream. This isn't a social eating channel, alright? Look for Billy on social eating in 5 minutes. No! It's not happening. Yeah. So I hope you all enjoy the rest of your afternoon. I will not be here for the evening stream. There's not, other than cook streams and sub-Sunday streams, we're not doing Sunday streams anymore. 250 bits from Gurr, celebrating Twitch, letting me back into the bit mine. Oh, that's nice of him. See, now they've understood that it's just better to just let Gurr have his bit lung. That's right. Just let him get into the mines, let him get the bits in his lungs. It's fine. Just let him do it. Alright. Yeah. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. I'll be back on Monday, either 2 p.m. Eastern. Maybe I'll be able to start a little bit earlier. We will see. We're going to be continuing with Final Fantasy VII. And, yeah. Enjoy the rest of your evening, or afternoon, morning, evening, whatever time it is. Sleep well. Have a good day tomorrow, alright? Catch you later, Captain Brass Balls and Sorry, and JFK's the Tech Guy, and Gurr, and I2K, and Sorry, and Spidey, and Failstar, and Bew, and Miss Simpson, Kubrak, Calidor, Scott, and I said, and Ben, Axon. Catch you later, everybody. Catch you later, Baku. See you later, Thomas. Have a great freaking day, everybody. All of the freaking love. Have a good one, alright? Peace. Peace. Catch you later.